Hello, everyone, and welcome to King's Advisors. Tonight, Xwing, my good buddy Xwing, and I are going to be talking about Mass Effect. But instead of making some grandiose intro for this, I thought, what better way to intro this than how we all entered this universe in 2007? So, without further ado,
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2,
1. They called it Mass Effect. I love that.
6 midnight.
Yep.
It's so sick, man. What a way to start it all. What's up, everybody?
How's everyone doing? Ronnie's in the house. Well, might be in the house. Apparently he's getting ready to go watch Iron Claw. Imperial
Nice.
Buckethead, what's up, man? Red Tigress loving on Mass Effect. Of course, Xwing.
Hi.
Rogue Sarge, what's up, Bobby? And good friend Daimyo is hanging out with family.
We are your family.
Yeah. So, you just finished playing these.
No.
Oh, I
No.
thought you said you had just recently played them for the first time.
I did. No, not for the first time. So I played through 1 through 3, and then they just re-released everything with the
Right.
remaster as like the three-part series. And I just came back in and replayed Mass Effect 3 because I, for the life of me, could not remember how it ended. And then it all came crashing back. And I remembered. I was like,
Especially with
that's
Global.
right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But so Pierce is here, and Pierce starts it out right. Drew Carpesian.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's responsible for like some of the best Star Wars writing there is out there.
And is the main writer on the first 2 Mass Effect games.
Yep. Was he not the main writer on the 3rd?
No, he was not.
Oh, that might explain it. Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
That might explain the little 6-year-old kid that keeps running around in your dreams.
I am the catalyst.
Yep.
Anyway.
So.
Yeah. It's your ship, man. Where are we going?
It is, yes. So here we are on the deck of the Normandy. I guess we'll start with the most important question. On oh my god, I can't remember the name of the planet. What was the name of the planet where you have to you drop the nuke?
Oh God, I couldn't tell you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so prepared. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I finally
All
pulled
right.
up
Well,
the
did you pick Ashley or Caden?
Ashley.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caden
Smart.
was ready to die for his universe.
Yeah.
Ashley was my SO. So
There you go. Easy choice.
so what is it about Mass Effect that you love so much? Let's start with that.
I think it was so I think it was really awesome what he did where he had essentially in a lot of ways like what George did. He created a living, breathing universe
Mhm.
that existed and then plops you in the middle of it. So it's not so much like as the story builds, the universe begins to build as well. It really felt lived in. Like this totally
Mhm.
makes sense. All the stuff they're talking about makes sense. The technology makes sense. The ship makes sense. The Citadel, the union of all the different species, everything. It just worked. And I think, that's probably why he was super good in Star Wars too. he just did a wonderful job of like really immersing you in it and not asking too many questions along the way of like, they're answered, but how did they get here? What is the point of this? Like, what
Right.
is, there weren't too many questions along the way. It wasn't too bungled with trying to explain itself. It was just like, you're here. This is what's happening. Let's get going.
Well, and it helps a lot by dropping you immediately in conflict. Like you
Yeah.
immediately have and not only are you immediately forced to kind of decide, oh, these robots are definitely bad, because they use a great thing of you literally sitting there and seeing human beings turned into uh cybernetic
Yes.
monstrosities.
Yeah.
That's Purist brings up a good point. He also wrote KOTOR.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think,
I
and
mean,
and he does a really good job of like kind of inherently playing off of the human instinct of like not trusting technology. That's
right.
another big thing, and it's
Mhm.
creepily relevant to like today's time when it comes to AI and stuff like that. And that's always been such a big theme within Mass Effect is this trust or distrust of synthetic intelligence.
Well, and then the trust or distrust of the different species.
Yeah,
Because you've got Ashley who so many what's up, Breezies? You've got Ashley who so many people consider to be xenophobic and racist.
yeah,
It's just crazy if you actually sit there and listen to what she says. She's angry about how her father was treated after the first contact war. Grandfather was treated after the first contact war. And it's like it's not a hate of aliens, it's an anger about how her grandfather was treated.
yeah. And there's plenty of things you can look at in human history that's fairly recent where people would feel the same way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we actually first question, how'd you set up your male or female?
Always a dude and always
Yeah.
shepherd. I
Right.
didn't customize them to make them look different. I
Yeah.
always just
How'd you
rolled
set
shepherd.
up
Full blown
soldier,
soldier,
warrior?
100% weapons. Yeah, I
There you
stayed away from
go.
biotics and stuff. It
Yep.
was 100% guns on the ground, and I always took what's the not Solarian? What's the
Garrus.
Turian? Yeah, I always
Yeah.
took the Turian with me, and then one of the humans. I can't remember his name. I played one so long ago, like I'm
Mhm.
having trouble remembering everything from it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. It's actually been an
I think it's
embarrassing
16 years ago or something.
2007. So
Yeah.
yeah, 16 years ago.
Holy
Shit.
crap. Where does the
Makes me feel a little
time
old.
go?
I wanted to get, because I know you're a huge fan of music. I wanted to get some Mass Effect lo-fi playing in the background, but I couldn't find anything that said like free use, and I wasn't.
So much of my stuff is not for use. I mean, I got permission from Closed on Sunday to play my
Yeah.
stuff, but I also play a bunch of stuff that's not
Oh, okay. Well, I'll change
sanctioned.
that next time.
Yeah, they won't take your stream down. They're just like, you get no money.
Well, that doesn't affect me.
That doesn't affect me either, so it's all good.
So I'm the exact same way. I always go male shepherd, always soldier, survivor, all that stuff.
It just makes sense to me. I feel like I really appreciate the fact that they're like, if you want to be, a biotic and have all these crazy powers and stuff, like go for it. But for the story of Shepard, that's what makes sense, right?
Especially when you go back to those first 15, 20 seconds of the first game, and it says, he's a survivor. That's the only person that can save humanity.
Freaking colonial marine type stuff, he's just a badass.
What's up, Dengar Renegade, Soul Assassin, and
up,
Zombie Box Office Reviews?
Zombie, what's up? What's up, Zombie? Seeing Zombie pop up again here and there. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to move over to my timeline so I can see, because like I was saying, it's been an embarrassingly long time since I played this.
Yeah.
I used to play it probably about 2 times a year. Like I'd play it right around the summer.
Crap, seriously?
Yeah, I'd play it around
I played
the summer.
through one once.
Yeah, and then so I've played through all of them as their separate games 6 times, I think.
And you can do a fresh playthrough each time, though. That's the nice thing. You're not. You're some stuff. Main storyline stuff is always going to happen, but
I pretty much do the same stuff every time.
Really, just relive the story. Why not?
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite channel on the Citadel. Oh, thanks, Buckethead.
Love it.
Yeah, it's just there's a couple things that you have to. I always save the Rachni.
Yeah.
But speaking on that part of that,
I 100% went Starship Troopers on those mother blankers.
It's so cool watching how in KOTOR, you'd play and then eventually some stuff would get locked out.
Yeah.
But that was the only game I'd ever played like that. Even other RPGs didn't really do that, but this did. And not only that, but your decisions impacted everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your choices have consequences, which was so cool, because not only did this guy write an incredible story, write an incredible universe that you work your way through. This is like those old books where, if you say yes, turn to page 67. If you say no, turn to page 25, and the whole thing completely changes, which is so cool, because not is it only this awesome universe that you get to live in, now it's dynamic. It's completely dynamic, which was just so dope.
And what's so cool is Shepard may be one of the coolest video game characters ever.
100%.
And it's for this reason. You can run like a leopard, fight, I'm assuming he means like a Krogan, but never be better than Commander Shepard.
That's right. Yep.
You can't
Brains of a Solarian, doesn't matter.
Yep. Even Master Chief isn't better than Commander Shepard.
I don't know. That's a good debate. Who bodies there, Master Chief or Shepard? I think Chief takes that, dude.
It would be a very fun debate.
Yeah.
Well, so I think Commander Shepard has better plot armor.
He does, and that's one thing you always kind of tackle with is like, there's no way bro did that. Like, there's simply no way that bro did that. But that's what's kind of fun about Shepard is it's like he's like a like a Luke Skywalker. It's just like what's supposed to happen to him is going to happen to him. So he's got that roll of the dice. He's got the luck that like the other soldiers just don't have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One guy pokes his head out and a sniper blows his brains out. He pokes his head up and nobody shoots. It's like he's just a lucky soldier. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like, you were talking about how you always ran with Garrus, and I'm going to assume you're talking about Jacob.
I didn't think Jacob came around until Cerberus came around, right?
Right. But so the only other human in one is Ashley and Caden.
Let's hold on. Let's look
dies
at
for you.
Who did you have to pick from? And who was your team in Mass Effect 1? Oh, I take it back. It was the frickin' blue chick whose name I can never remember. I always brought her.
Tali Zora.
Because no,
Oh,
not
no,
Delisora.
Liara.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
brought Liara because she had
Mhm.
the ball thing that would like suck enemies into it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
She
you
was
could just
biotic.
dump ammo into there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one.
So being a soldier, I always brought the 2 soldiers. So I
Yeah,
always brought Garrus and Ashley
yeah,
and, just mowed down everybody.
yeah. That's the fun part.
Mhm. The probably the worst the Navarro was by far and away like the worst map, the worst mission. It's
I don't
the
remember that
Rachni
one.
one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Not
do
a
it
fan
again
of that.
in 3. I remember just playing that when you go in 3 when you go and you have to try to get the Rachni Queen
Mhm.
figured out because the Reapers have control of the Rachni. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Who is it that and Grunt shows up all covered in Rachni blood?
Yes, dude.
Yep.
He has like one of the most that's like one of the best gotcha scenes in video game death history because you
Mhm.
watch it happen and you're like, yes, and then he stumbles out and he's like, I got him. You're like, yes.
Well, and then what's crazy is going back to the decision making. How many times did you change? Oh, this isn't gonna work. I need to go back and
I
figure
never
out a
did.
different way to.
Yeah, I never reloaded a save game. I always liked the thought that like the shit that you do all the way through, you got to stick with it. Otherwise it just kind of felt like, I don't know, like it doesn't feel as impactful if you know you can just go back and change it, right?
So the one that there's 2 things I always try to get right. One is I always want Rex to survive.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to kill him the very first time I played the game and was relatively devastated about that. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
even I'm not sure I ever even used him as my squad mate, but I was still like, no, this can't happen. So after that, I went back through and replayed it and did it right that time. The other one though, and it's mostly because I love the good ending for number 3 is making sure that I have enough experience or Paragon so that number two Tally does not get exiled from the fleet.
Right. Well,
And
so in
then
my playthrough, Tally kills herself.
what?
Yeah, like dead on.
How?
The entire what is their freaking species called with the masks with the
Quarians.
gas on it? Quarians, yeah.
Yeah.
So in my playthrough, I fungled something. I don't remember what it was, but their whole fleet gone, dead. The whole fleet, everyone, like her whole species dies, and she's like, I can't live with this, and like, yay, like jumps off a cliff. She's dead. See how crazy this game is? You're like, what?
I had no idea.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I was totally expecting like the Paragon button where you like reach out and grab her. Like, no Paragon button, bro. She dead. Yeah. See, and then you're playing the rest of the game like I should probably think about this a little bit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So the only decisions I've ever had to make with them is which fleet survives, the Gath or the Quarian.
Yeah.
And so if you go far enough, if you have high enough Paragon or Renegade, and you pick a certain level of and stuff has to happen in 2 as well. You have to pacify the Gath, and then you have to make sure she stays with her fleet. And that way, yeah, Tigress, you messed up her loyalty mission.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
what
yeah,
must
I guess
happen.
that's what it was. Yeah. You know what the problem for me is I always felt like the Quarians were like kind of useless.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Most,
They're like
most of their
they're
fleet are
cool.
just survivor ships.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're just kind of pilgrims. So it's like that
Yeah.
or like the most advanced, capable, fast decision, like selfless, gnarly warriors in the world in the Geth. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna pick? Space
Well, so
pilgrims
I
or
always try to get both of
Terminators?
them.
Huh?
I usually get both of them.
That was one thing I never really understood was the Paragon stuff. Like I always tried to have Paragon, like I always made the choice to get the Paragon, but in the same boat, I don't really know what that did. I thought it was just like you get good person points. So
No,
okay.
so if you can do it on both sides. You can do it Renegade and Paragon, but
Oh,
you have to
so
kind
if
of
you
decide.
do a Renegade, it doesn't subtract from the Paragon?
No, it doesn't subtract, it adds to
Ah,
the
shit.
Paragon. So you have to decide basically at the beginning, are you going to be a Renegade or a Paragon? Because there are decisions throughout the game that you have to have a certain level of Paragon or Renegade to get the option that allows you to
Yeah,
go
left
the
trigger,
best
right
route.
trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first one, the big one is you have to have like things like 90% Paragon and Renegade to get Rex to survive.
Oh shit. I definitely didn't have that.
Yeah. And then and the second one, the big one is the suicide mission. So you have to have all the upgrades on your ship,
Yeah.
but then you have to start doing that stuff early, because if you wait to do it, as I found out on my first playthrough, after the collector ship arrives, then your entire crew is dead when you get there.
Shit.
Yeah. If you go immediately,
Yeah.
then they're all alive.
Yeah.
But you have to
Damn.
have the ship upgraded so that your crew survives.
Yeah. That was one thing I always like. It just brings you back into the reality of the situation is like, and 3 is the one that's the most fresh in my mind.
Right.
But like you're on your main quest line and you're like, oh, I got to get to this next place. There's something going on. And the lady next to your ship's terminal is like, hey, we got a distress signal from a school. And I'm like, cool. I'm going to hit that in 1 second. But real quick, I got to go to the Citadel. And then 5 minutes later, she's like, they killed all of them. Not just the women, but the children. I'm like, oh, I just had to go get some ammo or something. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
So
that one stuck with me.
In I don't know if you ever had what was the name of the GameStop magazine? Game Informer?
Game Informer. I still get that, I think.
Yeah.
I never read
it. Game Informer, probably like a month or two after Mass Effect 2 came out, had this in it. And it was a checklist of how to get everyone to survive
holy crap.
The suicide mission.
Whoa, look at that, dude.
Yeah.
The amount of work they put into this, man. They made 5 different video games.
Yeah.
In one game.
And the thing that I love is this part right here. So I forget.
Oh wow, it's a sliding scale for your Paragon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy cow. Look at what Soul Assassin said. Did y'all hit or spare the reporter? I popped that bitch right in the pearly whites.
That was my next question. How many questions did you let Emily Wong ask before you punched her?
I don't remember how many it was. I think I think it was like 1, maybe 2, and then the Renegade pops up, and I just I'm like, I'm tired of shit. I got work to do.
The first, because she asked, there's like 3 or 4 different times she asked questions, and I think each game.
The one I remember was she's like, "How do you feel being responsible for Earth falling or something like that?" And I just it set me off.
Shit out of her.
It's whack.
But there's one in the first game, because she's standing there next to, like, just outside the hospital, and she asks, her first group of questions are pretty innocuous. They're just kind of like, how's it feel being the first Spectre, all this stuff. And then her second questions, the next time you're there, are like, how do you feel being the cause for all the racism in the world?
What?
I spanked her right there. Yeah, I hit her right there. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm out here trying to save the galaxy, not just the humans, but the galaxy. And
knocked her out and threw some Medigel on her and walked away fakey.
But every other time after that, I think like in 2 and then in 3, I don't think she got one question out. I think I hit her after each question because
What's the name?
it was
What's the
just
name of
so
that one reporter from Harry Potter and Hermione like turns her
Rita
it-
Skeeter.
Rita Skeeter turns her into a beetle and then locks her in a jar that's unbreakable. That's what I wanted to do. She reminds me of like Rita Skeeter.
So oh, I do not remember this. Soul Assassin says, I remember the Sorry Justicar. What was her name?
Oh, in 3, and you go to the monastery. Isn't it like
Samara.
yeah.
So Samara's in 2.
Oh,
But you
who's the
you
one
do
in
get to
3?
see her again in 3. I think she
Oh, okay,
does
okay,
send
okay.
you to the monastery in 3.
Yeah, you go to the monastery to try to save her daughters because she had
And
like 3
those
daughters
like
there.
well, let's just go to this real quick. Of all of the what's it called when the Reapers have taken over someone?
Well, I mean, there's husks, but
Right.
the
But they're
Asari were called banshees.
right, but they're something Asari. A banshee is a something Asari.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Reaperized,
Come on, chat.
assimilated.
But of yeah, sure, yeah, assimilated
Yeah.
works. Of all of those assimilated enemies,
Banshee
the
sucked.
freaking banshee was probably the most terrifying one. I remember the very first time. It's like 3 a.m. My
Yeah.
mother's living down or sleeping down the hallway,
Yeah.
and everyone woke up. I went, "Oh my god!" Scared the shit out of me.
Shut up, Caleb. Shut up.
Yep. Go back to bed. Turn it off.
That's funny.
Not even the big guy, the big brute things were as scary as that.
The first brute scared the hell out of me, and I remember the first one I killed. I got the achievement.
Mhm.
There's an achievement if it's charging at you and you drop it, you
Mhm.
get the achievement. That was the first one I killed. I'm just after I was done with that, I'm like, ooh.
And then there's
This is
a
a
lot
war.
when you get back to Earth.
Yeah, buttloads. They bring them out like 4 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had
That's
buffed and spammed buffed up and just like added so much crap to my rifles and then bought like the Spectre rifles and stuff. It was like 9 shots and they were dead.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't bug me at all.
So Zombie Box Reviews has a good question. Who did you guys hook up with in the games?
It only happened once, but the blue chick, and it was totally by accident. And then I was like, well, we're already on the path. Whatever, let's make it happen.
Miranda, Ashley.
Miranda was hot. I know that's weird, but look, I was a teenager, and it was a hot, video game, and she wore very form-fitting clothes. Okay, Miranda was hot, and she was a total badass.
Mattuine, what's up?
What's up, Mattuine?
Miranda.
Yeah,
Miranda.
Yeah, it was everybody's favorite. Yep.
I couldn't explain it. Like,
You couldn't do it in the third one though, could you?
No, because she's not a member of your team. She
was off. Yeah, she was off trying to figure out all the stuff with her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, in the second one, there's that whole thing between Jack and Miranda where you can do them both.
Never happened. Never happened. I may have to go back and play 2 again.
I actually do need to replay these.
I have to replay 2. I haven't. Well, I got to replay both of them. Honestly, I have them all downloaded, but I think 2 for a long time was kind of my favorite. I really liked the elusive man. I really liked the idea of Cerberus and all that stuff. And it kind of sucks they turn it around on you in 3, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I would have. I honestly, I kind of would have preferred not to have 4 different factions on the bad side in 3.
Yeah,
but it's still kind of it worked a bit.
Well, I mean, okay, so 4 bad. So Cerberus, the Reapers.
Yeah, Geth for a little bit.
Geth was like 10 minutes though.
Yeah. I think there's a 4th somewhere.
I'm trying to think of who. Nothing coming to my mind, but I will tell you, I'm glad that they have that though, because that gives you some difference in your enemy type that you're fighting. Because the one thing I will say about Mass Effect that I did have a problem with is that a lot of times the combat felt a little rinse and repeaty. You know what I mean? It's like, here, fight. Now run to the next place. Here, fight. Now run to the next place. Here, fight. And it's like, it's always the same, enemy types, yada, yada. And so you have kind of this like program that you run through in your mind. Like if it's a grunt, we offload the ammo. If it's this guy, you hit him with this power and then you offload the ammo. And so it wasn't as dynamic as I thought it could be. So having the different enemy types was kind of nice because it breaks up the monotony of the combat.
Why they threw in the melee element in 3.
Yeah, I never used it.
Yeah, because in 1 and 2 you could hit,
Yeah.
but in 3 they had the Omni Blade.
Yeah, and that shit was way upgradable. I just never did it. I don't know.
It's so much easier to sit a little bit back and kill everybody with that red rifle.
Yeah. I kind of wish the sniper had been changed a little bit. Like, this is way in the future. You know what I mean? And just to still have like straight up bolt actions where you got to pull the scope down, rack it, and then fire again. It's like, come on.
That's weird. So, which one's your favorite?
Okay, so don't get mad at me.
As long as you don't say Andromeda, we're all good.
We haven't even talked about Andromeda yet.
We don't really need to.
I think it was. So. It's tough. The majority of 3 was probably my favorite, but overall, 2 I think is my favorite.
I've heard that a lot.
The majority of 3 was great up until it wasn't. I think 3 was the big one, but I don't think I would have loved 3 if it wasn't for 1 and 2. And like I said, overall, the story, the continuation of everything, I think 2's the banger.
Road Attraction says the stash is still there.
For now.
Yep.
For now.
And that 3 had better gameplay loop. Yeah, so I can definitely see why. A lot of people say 2 and then 3 is like second place and 1 is always the least liked. For me, I think 1 is my favorite one. And
well, I don't think it's to say that 1's the least liked
or the least number 1.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, that's a lot. That's like the same thing when you talk about the original trilogy, and everybody's like, "Oh, I love Empire Strikes Back," but they're not like talking shit about A New Hope.
Yeah.
They're just like, "I really like Empire Strikes Back,"
because A New Hope is actually the least used. It's my favorite.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? It's almost identical. They're like, I love Return of the Jedi, but Ewoks, Empire Strikes Back is the strongest. And then A New Hope, just by default, kind of falls into third place. Doesn't mean it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's phenomenal. Yeah. Trend setting. Absolutely trend setting. But, yeah. Excuse me. I know.
Played them out of order. Well, Zombie, I would like to know what order you played them in because that's wild.
Yeah,
I know
that
earlier,
would be confusing.
Yeah, earlier I think he said he started with 3, which is a wild way to start that game.
I don't know. That's kind of cool. I could see that. That's kind of fun because it's like watching. Yeah, it's like watching the original trilogy and then going back and watching the prequels.
Kind of shows you why you are where you're at. Not like watching Force Awakens when you already know how everything ends because it actually ends well.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of complaints about the way the game ends, but I think we can all agree, far and away, the worst decision they ever made was putting that little boy in it.
So, I'll push back slightly, very slightly, because there's a connection there that I've never understood. I thought in the beginning, Ina de Baningi, the first time I played 3 and you have that kid playing with the shuttle and then Earth gets attacked, right? And then immediately you're like, oh shit, this is heavy. This is going to be some really heavy storytelling.
Yeah.
And then, you're running with I'm trying to remember his name right now, the colonel, the guy played by
Anderson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you see the kid trapped in the vent, and then the kid disappears, and then you see him again when he's getting onto the shuttle, and then the shuttle blows up, and you're like, I personally, I love that because I'm like, you're
Yeah.
really telling the person going into this, like, this is some heavy shit. People are gonna die. This ain't like a happy ending, haha, happy, happy, joy, joy story. Like, this is gonna be messed up. And so I really like that. And I liked the idea of him like haunting him in his
Mhm.
dreams throughout it. I got real tired of running in slow-mo
Well,
for
so that's the thing.
yeah.
It would have been fine if it was sort of like Assassin's Creed loading screens early on,
Yes.
or if it was just some sort of, oh my god, and then he wakes up from some dream.
Yeah. So I think that would have been the better way to do it. The
The
running in
big
slow-mo drove me
problem,
nuts.
the
But then
big
at the
problem
end, it's
was
him.
halfway, probably about a year later, BioWare and EA came out with this thing that the kid was actually a symbol of him being indoctrinated,
What?
which is why they use the kid in as the catalyst at the end. It was the Reaper's last ditch effort to not be destroyed.
That's straight up retarded.
Yeah, I was
That
not
is
a
like
fan.
full blown short bus Down syndrome retarded. Excuse the
Zombie
flinch,
says,
but
I never heard of Mass Effect before, so I purchased 3 as it was the latest one at that time. Little did I know that I had to play them in order, so
Ah.
I didn't know it would affect the overall story. Okay, well that makes sense.
I don't know that it does. Like I said, if you're playing 3 for the first time, you're like, what the shit are the Reapers? What is that? Why do I care? Like, what the hell? And then you go back and you see the progression of
Mhm.
why Shepard knows they're coming, why he's so distraught, all of these different things. I think it's cool. And then you're like, oh, that's why him and the elusive man have such a past.
Right.
This is why people don't trust you because of Cerberus. That's cool. I like it.
So the one things that made me realize this was going to be something was when I played the first one. I played the first one, I think, back in like 08. So I wasn't like day one, but first year basically. I played it, and then that moment where you're on, where are you?
Is this 3?
No, number 1.
1. Okay.
I think you're on Navarra, where you first. Oh no, you're not. Wherever they drop the bomb.
I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, I really should have been looking that up since I already brought that up once.
Agabinium?
Sounds right. No, Voromir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always thought that sounded like a brother to Boromir.
Yeah. Or Vermeer. Vermeer is the actual name. So close, Red. You were it said I and 7-0.
How do I remember Voromir? I think it's something in my brain in Boromir.
So that on that planet is where you first meet Sovereign.
Yeah.
And you hear that conversation, and that thing is just like,
it's so creepy that those things talk. I hate that they talk. I liked them more when we thought they were just like War of the Worlds tripods that were being piloted by something, not that was an actual like creature.
Yeah, I preferred that too. I thought the idea that it's actually a ship that the Reaper is piloting because the Reaper is made of the civilization that they destroy.
Yeah, the Prometheans.
Yeah, because like
Protheans, not Prometheans, Protheans.
Yeah, so because it's cyclical, at every cycle they create a Reaper apparently, which is why it's so crazy because there's so many Reapers. This means that this has been going on for
ever.
millennia. Yeah. I think the official timeline puts the Leviathan
Which is the first one, right?
Yeah, like a
That
trillion
was
years ago.
Harbinger. Harbinger was the first Reaper.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harbinger, not Sovereign. Sovereign was the
Sovereign was the first one that Shepard comes into contact with. That was Sovereign, but Harbinger is the original Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you're sitting there and you're listening to Sovereign for the first time. It's so like dark and a little creepy in a way.
It's 1,000% creepy. They're like, we are inevitable. You cannot stop us. We are the progression of time. You cannot stop us. And it's just like, oh God, there's no, I think what it is, and it's something that like always with any character, and it's so good for evil. Like it's great. You think about it when you think about Terminator, you think about it with any of these, cold, calculated. It's the removal of human emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And just cold, calculated thought. It's the Reapers don't hate you. The Reapers don't have any feeling towards you. They just have a job to do, and they don't give a shit who you are. They don't give a shit about your family. They don't care about kids. They don't care about anything. They're there to clear you out, and that's it. And that's horrifying because on the the human side, or the galactic civilization as a whole, it's like we're fighting for survival. We're fighting for our families, and the Reaper's like, I don't give a
Well, and that's kind of why with when there was so much backlash to the ending of 3, they came out with that free DLC that kind of fixed some stuff. And one of the things it did was it created the 4th ending.
I thought there were only 2 and 3.
So there's 3 endings. There were originally 3. There was left, right, and center. Left was indoctrination.
I didn't know there was a center.
The center was the green one, which is
because there's the one where you basically assimilate and you take over the Reapers, right? You basically become like timeless,
right?
And now you control the Reapers, but your physical body is completely gone forever. The other one is like you destroy the Reapers, but
which is what I always went with.
Yeah, you destroy the Reapers, but like something happens in the process and you die anyway. Like
so if you don't have enough war assets. So if you remember, and this is one of the perks to playing it in the
that's what it was. That's what it was. So that was the left option was you destroy the Reapers, but you also basically destroy almost all life in the universe. That's the ending I had.
No. So what the war assets does is it affects how successful each decision is. So and it's one of the reasons why they had multiplayer in Mass Effect 3 when it came out originally, is because that upgraded your war assets. You got to like 5,000 war assets playing the game, and then you got another 5,000 by doing a bunch of stuff multiplayer. In the
I'd never played Mass Effect
Legendary Edition. Yeah, in the Legendary Edition, which is the remaster that just came out, it removes the multiplayer and scales everything up so that it's 10,000, I think, or 7,500 or something like that.
What?
I'm gonna spend some time and try to make that. That is awesome. So there was destroy, which was on the right side, and it was red. There was control on the left side, which was blue, which was you, Shepard, take control of the Reapers.
That's what I did.
What the elusive man wanted to do, but he was already indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Then there's synthesis, which was jumping into the middle, which was green. And that was Shepard can sacrifice himself to merge all organic and synthetic life in the galaxy.
And I think that's the canon in Mass Effect. I think that's the canon one, isn't it?
Right now, there is no canon ending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no until Mass Effect 4 comes out. It looks like, if it's ever actually going to happen, I don't think it is. but it looks like from some of the N7 day videos they've released, teasers, it looks like they're going to choose destruction.
Okay, so they're not going to bring. Oh wait. So destruction, Shepard survives.
Yes, yeah,
And
he
they blow
can.
apart
If
the
you have
Reapers.
enough war assets, he can survive.
I love the idea of Shepard taking over the Reapers, though. That's the one I always picked because it was the selfless ending, right? He takes over the Reapers and basically just like disappears into the ether. You know what I mean? And now he's like Shepard forever, space and time. He's like always gonna be there, but he's gone, right? But he immortalizes himself as he's Link. He's the hero of time. Like he's still there. We just don't know where he is, and Shepard will always be there. You know, as the Reapers, basically.
Yeah, it just kind of seemed like, how many friends have you lost? How much war have you? You think back to that speech where in Mass Effect 3, where he talks about all the friends we've lost.
Yeah, when he goes back to Earth,
put in along this way, because it's 3 years.
It was right before they go back to Earth, or right before they assault the elusive man's base, right?
Yeah, so it's on Earth as they are.
They're getting ready to charge the beam.
Yes.
To the Citadel.
Sexually. Until I do this for a living.
Purist, are you way behind? Oh, also, by the way, actually, hold that thought. I need a brewski.
So this is the speech we're talking about.
I can't miss this.
This war has brought us pain and suffering and loss. But it's also brought us together as soldiers, allies, friends. This bond that ties us together is something the Reapers will never understand. It's more powerful than any weapon, stronger than any ship. It can't be taken or destroyed. The next few hours will decide the fate of everyone in the galaxy. Every mother, every son, every unborn child. They're trusting you, depending on you to win them their future. A future free from the threat of the Reapers.
Shit got me so hyped, dude.
But take heart. Look around. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
Soul Assassin. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's in early game.
I fucking love that.
Oh, it's so good. That got me so hyped. And then the scene that follows that was like, holy shit.
So
man.
one part that's really great, it's not even a scene, it's just you just kind of have to sit there and listen. Is earlier as you're running up or walking up the blown out buildings, you can listen to Rex do a speech to his Krogan down below him. And
yes,
it's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's a total like war cry. We're probably all gonna die, but damn it, we're gonna give them hell before we do. So do you have that? I want to hear it.
No, I don't. I've spent a lot of time looking for it. So part of that speech, I love that speech so much. It's in the intro to the Witten.
I have it right here.
What?
Oh yeah, I have it here. I'll show you the link.
Well, shit.
Spent a lot of time looking for it, but
I did. It's been a while, but yeah, I spent a lot of time.
All right, don't play it until I get back. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I will. Hang on, let me copy that. So Soul Assassin. We both saved Ashley. Morden. Oh, dude. He gave his life to end the genophage. And also, but you got to remember in Mass Effect 2 and 3, the only increase or change in armor is cosmetic. There's a little bit of give and take a little bit, but if you're good at the game, it doesn't really matter. I do love that there's penalties for carrying too many weapons. I love that part. And then Soul, I'm curious to know, do you leave your helmet on when you play? So you can sit there and say, and there's that little slider that's like leave helmet on, and then one that says leave helmet off. I tend to leave it on. I think it's a pretty good modeling decision. Oh, stupid ads. Okay.
I have returned.
Let's see. So here it is. And now I remember why I probably don't use this clip, because I'm not a fan of FemShep.
Yeah, not a big FemShep fan. Muted.
Yeah, sorry.
I laid waste to the galaxy 2,000 years ago. When all seemed lost and the end was near, one word delivered the killer blow. One word beat the monsters back to the abyss. And one word brought death to an enemy none dared fight. That word was Kruger! Today, we forge a new path and join the galaxy as allies in victory. Today, we win our future!
Did you sacrifice
Oh,
sorry.
Prepped and ready in 5. Get to it.
I think that's it. Oh, no,
Somebody go see if the Quarians have anything to eat. All that Turian food gives me the runs.
Did you? So I don't know if there was another option too, because I never took the option for it. But did you sacrifice the Solarian to upload the code to stop the genophage?
Yes. So you can remove what's his name? Morden. So Morden can survive, but
really?
Yes, but in order to do that, you lose your loyalty mission with him. He starts to distrust you because you have to lie to him about the genophage. So you have to tell him. You basically have to tell him. Oh, but you can also, you can show up there and start doing everything perfectly, and then as everything starts falling apart and stuff starts getting unsafe, you can say, no, we're leaving. We're going back. And that's you failed the loyalty mission, which means he'll die in the end. But that's one way to. But then you also lose a bunch of war assets from the Krogan.
So is there no way to save Morden through the game 100%?
No. Like he will.
Damn, he's like one of my favorites, dude. I love that guy. He's smart as hell and he's bad. I liked him. I just thought it was like, talk about a good death, man. When he goes up that elevator and
his song.
Yeah, he's like, nobody else could have done it. I had to do it. And then he's singing and boom, freaking tower explodes. There's a wonderful video out there on the internet of like a chick who's never played Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
And just loves, or I think it was her first playthrough of 3 because she knew Morden and like cared about Morden.
Right.
And that happens and she just breaks out bawling, crying. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They experience emotion so much differently than us that it's like validating when you see somebody bawling their eyes out. You're like, I felt that. We didn't react the same, but I felt that.
So I don't know why my mouse is not working. There we go. So on Chris's statement of FemShep having a much better actor, Jennifer Hale is an incredible voice actress, but I do not think she did a better job than the male.
Why is that name so familiar?
If you've watched a cartoon, she's one of the women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
so
look
she was in
Oh, she
She's
was in Knights
done-
of the Old Republic. She was Bastilla
Yep.
Shawn.
Mm-hmm. Bastila. The 2 Cinderella movies, Totally Spy, Scooby-Doo, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
She was in the Bad Batch. Oh my, there's nothing she hasn't done.
Yeah. She's an incredible voice actress. But Mass Effect was Mel Shepard was better.
Interesting. Love, Death, and Robot. She was in that too. Star Trek Lower Decks.
She's in a lot of shit.
She did Resistance. She also did a voice in Rise of Skywalker. Holy cow, man.
We won't hold that against her.
No, we're not going to hold that against her.
Yeah.
Death of Superman. Middle Earth, Shadow of War.
Yep.
What chicks were there? In
It
that?
is quite literally. I mean, it's 481 things she's done.
Seriously, Bulletstorm. Oh my god, man. This girl been making money. Halo 5, Guardians, Batman, Arkham Knight, Mortal Kombat 10. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, she's been in everything.
Mm-hmm.
BioShock.
She is probably one of, if not the best voice actress.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you right now, this is the most prolific voice actress I've ever seen. Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yep.
This list just doesn't end. Holy crap. And they're not like, these aren't all like weird things I've never heard of.
Yeah, they're all things you've heard of.
Oh my god, good for her. Jennifer Hale,
Yeah.
what a badass. That's
She's
so cool.
awesome. I love her.
I had no idea.
And then kill or spare the Arachnite Queen. Spare.
I spared, and I felt really dirty about it after. I felt really dirty because I like I told you, the first time I played through, I went frickin' Starship Troopers. I'm like, fuck that bitch. You know, like the Krogans were gonna die. You know what I mean? If you saved her, the Krogans would die. And I told Grunt, you know, stay where you are. And I was like, I killed him. I can't freaking believe it. I killed him just to save a bug queen. And then when he came back and he was alive, I was ecstatic.
So then so saving the Arachnite Queen is the question for the first one.
It happens again in 3.
Did you rescue or sacrifice Grunt in 3?
I did both. I saved the Arachnite Queen and Grunt survived.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when he comes back all bloody, but in order to get that, there's stuff you have to have done through 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay.
In order
Because
for
I
Grunt
think
to survive.
because I still have the same Xbox account as I did when I played 16 years ago. I wonder if it uploaded my data to 3 when I played it. Because yeah, he made it. He falls off the cliff with the two things that really do look like they're from Starship Troopers. They're like the crabs with the big bellies and the turret guns. I
Yeah.
don't remember what they're called.
So if you choose to save the Queen, Grunt will only survive if you complete his loyalty mission during the events of Mass Effect 2.
Okay. So I did the loyalty mission in 2. Either that or they had some kind of a preset when you play through 3 for the first time on a new account where you did his loyalty.
Yeah, so there's a when you open the game, there's when 3 first came out, there was a DLC for 3 that came out that basically it was a free DLC that basically let you pick all of the decisions of. So that would actually be a good thing.
The options you pre-choose. I think I did that last time I played 3. The newest time I played 3. I think it was like, you know, as a faster way to get through your pre-story, answer these questions. I think I did that. Yeah, because Grunt was just a little bugger the first time we met him. Wasn't he like an outcast too? I don't remember.
Yeah, he's a tank one. He's a tank Krogan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's a freaking like a test tube baby.
Mm-hmm. Okay, those. Hang on. Mass Effect 3 DLC. So what I wanted to do
Wasn't born on Tachanka.
Was from Ashes. I wanted to see if we could go through all of the major decisions, and
Let's do it.
yeah. Shockingly, a Screen Rant article.
Screen Rant? No.
Let's see. I think this is going to work.
I have to make a thumbnail for tonight's stream. I'm
Doesn't
doing one too.
work. Okay, Game Rant. Yes. Okay. I think this will work. So we already said that we both freed the Rectangle. Oh, okay. So then in game 1, in Mass Effect 1, did you free the Rectangle Queen?
Okay, so maybe that's what it was. In 1, I did not. In 3, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I freed her in 1. Did you kill Rex?
No.
Okay, wow.
I'm trying to remember. You got to remember this is 16 years ago. I don't think he was he's like too valuable of an asset.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a bamf.
So the next big decision, and this is probably one of the biggest decisions throughout the entire series. Did you save the Council? Did you save the Destiny Ascension?
I don't remember. What was the event leading up to it? Maybe that'll like
so as you're going through the Citadel to go find Saren and kill him, you basically get a call that the Destiny Ascension is being attacked. The Council is on it. Do you want the Alliance to break away and save the Destiny Ascension?
I don't remember.
They're dicks to you. So
I think knowing me, if I had to remember, go back, I probably tried to spare them anyway. Yeah, but I don't remember.
Yeah, so I saved them.
Yeah,
I always save them, especially because the Destiny Ascension is such a big war asset in 3.
Yeah.
So that's basically the last big decision. Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2. You have all of the different quests, loyalty quests, and completing them. You have to complete them and get the loyalty for everybody in order for everyone to survive. And that you can complete them without gaining the loyalty. One example, Zaid, the mercenary.
Let me look him up. It's not ringing a bell. Zaid.
Oh man, actually,
spell it Zaid.
Zaeed.
Zaeed. Mass Effect. Let me take a look. I don't even remember this guy.
So he meets you on the Omega, not the Omega Relay. He meets you on Omega Station.
I probably greased this guy, or just like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Was he cool?
Yeah. So, well, no, not really.
Oh, okay.
Because in order to gain his loyalty, you have to ignore the burning factory workers to go kill a guy.
There's no way I did that. There's just no shot I did that.
Yeah. So that is one of the few times that I went back to previous save, because I was like, no, I know I have to get the loyalty because I need everyone to survive.
Yeah.
So did that. Let's see. Then there's the confrontation between Miranda and Jack.
Yeah.
Who do you side with in that?
I think I sided with Jack.
Yeah. So if you it's weird because if you side with, I think, Miranda and then you side with Jack, because it's like 3 different fights. There's a fight near the beginning, a fight in the middle, and a fight near the end.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know if it's my old brain or the booze or what. I'm having trouble remembering the decisions I made in 2, 1 and 2. But when did 2 come out? 13?
09, 2010, something like that.
10? Okay, so it was quick.
I suspect 2 came out in January of 2010.
2010. Okay.
Yep.
That was the last time I played it. So yeah, 16 and 13 years ago.
Yeah. So this is the thing that, lets you do them both. If you side one way and then you switch and then you do something else,
I got you.
You get to hang out with both of them. What's up, Spud? You're not late. You arrived precisely when you're meant to.
An hour and 5 minutes precisely after you're meant. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Who is Malon? During Morton. So on Morton's loyalty mission, Shepard and Morton will hunt down the Solarian doctor's old protege, Malon.
Is this the one who's responsible for distributing the genophage?
Yeah, so he distributes like a stronger version of it after the original genophage.
Yeah. Because wasn't Morton like a heavy hand in the original genophage?
Morton created the original genophage.
Yeah.
So that's another fun little part about Mass Effect is the what are they called again? Solarians.
Yeah.
So in Mass Effect,
how many beers you in, bro?
Mass Effect 1, there was a on Vermeer, there is a speech that Solarian gives.
Isn't it Vormir?
Vormir. Vormir is Marvel. That's what it is.
Okay, that's what it is.
It's the place that the Collector lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it, Vader.
So there's this speech from a Solarian.
You all know the mission and what is at stake. I have come to trust each of you with my life, but I have also heard murmurs of discontent. I share your concerns. We are trained for espionage. We would be legends, but the records are sealed. Glorying in battle is not our way. Think of our heroes. The silent Steppe, who defeated a nation with a single shot. Or the ever alert, who kept armies at bay with hidden facts. These giants do not seem to give us solace here, but they are not all that we are. Before the network, there was the fleet. Before diplomacy, there were soldiers. Our influence stopped the Arachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will hold the line.
Hooray!
Commander.
I love that. All these, everyone gets to have their moment in this game, and that's one of the things that I think works so well about it.
Yeah, I can't disagree there.
I'm not really sure what to make of this. That worries me a little bit, Spud. You might need to go see a psychiatrist. Any opinion? How do you feel about their eyeballs?
I'll be honest with you. Mental health is just, it's so important these days. So I would always recommend talk to your current healthcare provider and check with your insurance company to make sure that you're covered. It's,
What's up, Dan?
Wow, the shit you see on the internet.
Right? So in where were we? Yeah, so you can save Malon's data and it's supposed to help in the genophage, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. So what happens is he's like the Malon has like a crisis of confidence basically, and decides everything I did was
Crisis of
wrong.
competence or
Confidence.
okay. I was gonna say
And he
I've
decides,
had a couple crisis of competence as well. I don't judge.
he decides everything he's done is wrong, and he wants to go cure the genophage.
Right.
But he's doing it in like a really sick manner. Like he's using not Crimson Dawn, because that's from Star Wars. Crimson something. Well, there's a mercenary group called Crimson something. He's using them.
Yeah. Holy cow. There's the Blue Suns.
Yep.
That's gonna kill me. The Oh, come on, buddy, you got this. That's gonna kill me. The Blue Suns. Oh, my brain doesn't work so good when I drink the the tan stuff. What is the name of it? It's not Crimson Dawn is the syndicate from. What is the name of the Blue Suns? The Blood Pack?
Oh, that might be it. I think it's Blood something.
Yeah.
Blood Pack.
And then what's the third one? It's like something yellow. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's like
Blood Pack, Blue Suns,
and Eclipse. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
Was not Crimson.
Yeah.
Thank you, Soul. Yes, if I had been looking at the chat and not scrolling through Google, I would have found it earlier. So he basically teams up with the Blood Pack to capture Krogan and test stuff on them.
Oh,
so that's why he becomes a bad guy.
Yeah, that qualifies.
And then, of course, I don't really know why it's a choice, but upgrading all of the stuff on the Normandy so that when you go through the Omega 4 relay, everything doesn't destroy your ship.
Right.
Do you remember who you used for different things on the suicide mission?
No.
Always use Samara when having to go through the storm of the little like wasp things. Always use Samara.
I don't even, dude. The fact that I don't remember this much about 2 is telling me I have to go back and play through it like next week.
I think I'm starting a replay next week.
Yeah, because I remember 1 more than I remember 2 right now, which is funny because I loved 2 so much.
Like that might be my Christmas present to myself, is starting
going playing through Mass Effect again.
And see, well, the only reason I haven't done it yet is because there's so much stuff that I end up doing outside of like the main storyline.
Yeah, it becomes a 120-hour game.
Yeah. And I want to stream it, but it would be boring as hell to watch me go, well, I'm gonna go to this planet and see what I can find on it.
We're gonna scan for whatever we can here.
Yeah.
Even worse with freaking Andromeda.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So Mass Effect 3. First decision is curing the genophage. Do you cure it?
Yeah, 100%.
Even though the Krogan will thrive and bring war to the galaxy?
So that's one thing I never bought into, is I don't know that the Krogan will.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. They may be so appreciative of their new allies and the basically the alliance between these species, saying like, we boofed, basically we made a mistake, but we're willing to die to correct that mistake. You hope that maybe the species in the future is like, hey, they died to bring us back to be our brothers. And so they decide not to wage war on the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris brought up a good point. I forgot to ask. when it comes to Legion, when you show up to that
Yep.
Reaper, the destroyed Reaper, do
Mhm.
you, and you see you have to, there's
I gave him the upgrades.
all right, so you yeah, you upgrade Legion, but do you do anything? Do you fuck? What's the thing? It's like a virus or something
Yeah,
that you can upload to the other.
so the Quarian fleet and the Geth fleet are like basically going at it, and for some
So
reason,
that's 3. In 2,
oh,
just
2.
before, so after your ship gets attacked by the collectors for what, third time?
Uh-huh.
There's 2 things, there's 2 missions you can do before you start losing.
I don't think I gave
crew.
Legion anything in 2. I was too
No,
afraid of what it
so
might become.
there's a loyalty mission you can do for Legion, and that loyalty mission takes you to this outpost for the Geth.
Okay.
And it allows you to basically upload a virus or not upload a virus.
Okay.
And what it will do is basically make all of them more friendly or less friendly. So,
Nope, not ringing a bell.
A House Divided is the name of the mission.
Okay.
It's the last mission unlocked. You go to the Heretic Station located in some place. Really doesn't matter where it's located. And okay, here's what. Legion also lets Shepard know that the virus is in fact finished, meaning you can either destroy Heretic Station or use the virus to reprogram the heretics so that they will follow the thinking of other Geth. Now, the heretics are the Geth that are following the Reapers.
Right.
So you can reprogram, which is reply. You either reply with rewriting as unethical for 2 Paragon points, or they're just machines for 2 Renegade points. But the decision basically becomes: do you rewrite them or do you write them?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure I rewrote them especially because I think it tells you something like most of the Geth that have been rewritten are primes and like the big guys,
the big
so
red ones.
yeah, so if you rewrite them, you get a bunch of them later.
Yeah. God, strikingly similar to 3.
And then you have 2.5 minutes to leave the station, otherwise you all die.
Yeah.
So in 3, we already said, cure the genophage. I do love how that, I think it's that mission or the mission prior, but the first time you go to, what's the name of that planet? Tuchunga?
Tuchunka.
Tuchaka. Chunka. Okay.
Chunka.
Yeah.
Chunka.
So when you
That's
go
the
there
Krogan
with
homeworld.
when you go there with
It is.
With Grunt,
Uh-huh.
his loyalty mission is completing like the coming of age ceremony where you've got to fight that giant worm thing.
Yep.
And then
the dune worm.
Yeah, and then in 3, when you go back there, that type of worm
Takes out the Reaper.
Yep.
Yeah. They even do the dune like hammer thing where you're like banging the hammer to make to make it come out.
Yeah. That I'm not a Dune guy. Not aware of that.
Oh my God, you got to get on the Dune train, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I've
never read the books. I saw the original movie and then I saw the new movie, and I tell you, the new movie, like, I don't even know who's directing that, but boy, I've got a lot of faith in what they're gonna do, which is a strong statement coming from the dude in the lamb chair. Like, that's a strong statement.
My brother loves it.
Yeah, it's good.
And then of course there's the War for Rannoch, which is the Quarian homeworld. Do you save the Geth fleet or do you allow the Quarians to destroy it?
I think And I don't remember, but I think in 2, I let the Quarians destroy the Geth. Oh, 3?
Yep.
Wait, we switched to 3?
Yeah. The genophage
When
is
did
in
we
3.
switch to 3?
Well, so I had to backtrack to ask something about Legion.
Okay.
But yeah, we moved on because the curing the genophage is in 3.
Yeah. So I cured the genophage. What was the second one?
The ending the war between the Geth and the
Yeah, so that's what I said. I was like, I was talking about that one. So I let the Geth destroy the Quarians to keep the Geth.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a platoon of Geth Prime for that one. And then the next one, what was the next one? That's when Tali or whatever her name is jumps off the
kills
cliff.
herself.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. See, I've never because I knew that was going to be like a really difficult one to pull off, so I always save it for last so that I have the most Paragon I can so that I can pull off the thing and get both of them to survive.
Okay, so after that one was what's the next one?
I mean, the next big thing after that is the end game.
Yeah.
Going and making your decision on destroying them or synthesizing them.
Yeah, I picked the one, and it's the only one I remember. So I think the first time I did the same thing was I basically became the Reapers, ended the war outright, and then just became like timeless shepherd. He becomes like one with the Force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always kill him.
Well, I mean, he died. Oh, you always kill the Reapers.
Yeah, I always kill the Reapers.
But then you have to ask, how long is it until what they knew was going to happen happens? Where they basically destroy themselves. Organic life.
So then if that's the question for that side, then the question for your side is how long until you have to use the giant robots you now control to cull the higher species of the galaxy?
I think it's a better option to be able to use the Reapers to quell a massive war than to eliminate all organic life. So here's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't eliminate all organic. Oh, you're saying that's what you would end up doing.
Because Shepard can do it. Say you make that decision, you cure the genophage, and all of a sudden now they're like, we're going to war with the galaxy. All of a sudden, some purple blobs show up outside Tuchanka, and they're like, oh, fuck, and just wipe out the army. And this Reaper comes down. He's like, be peaceful, bitch. And then the Reaper disappears. You know what I mean? Like, it's better. It's like a guardian. You know what I mean? I like that more than just rolling the dice. Like, what are organics going to do? And then by the end, they all fucking kill each other. Excuse my French.
We don't know that.
We don't. But we kind of do. Because we knew that that's the reason the catalyst exists.
No, the catalyst exists to allow for the option to make a choice. The cycle exists because the Leviathan 1 trillion years ago got really pissed off at like some single cell organisms.
Well, the Leviathan knew organics would always kill themselves, and so they made the catalyst. The catalyst killed the Leviathans and made Harbinger.
So the Leviathans made the Reapers to be their slaves.
The Leviathan made the catalyst. The catalyst killed the Leviathan, which was the first Reaper, the Harbinger.
I
promise thing.
The Leviathan dominated the Milky Way, enthralling every new sapient race. I think that's supposed to be sentient race.
Sentient would
they
be
encounter and protecting them in return for tribute. The Leviathans consider themselves the galaxy's first and only apex race. After observing that their subservient races create synthetic races who constantly and violently rebel, the Leviathans create an intelligence to seek a way to permanently preserve organic life. The intelligence constructs an army of pawns to gather genetic information throughout the galaxy. Yep. The intelligence betrays the Leviathan, using its pawns to slaughter them for their genetic material to create Harbinger, the first Reaper. Thus begins the cyclical harvest of the galaxy's intelligent.
I tell you, why you doubting me? I tell you. Okay.
Catalyst. How do you spell catalyst?
Catalyst.
Huh.
Catalyst.
I did spell it right. I'm still pretty sure you're a little off on who created the catalyst.
This is what happened. By the way, can I plug myself really quick? You have all these beautiful people in the chat real quick. I'm gonna do a little holiday get together special a little later tonight. Yeah.
I don't
Can
hear
you
you.
not hear me? Was du Scheiße? Oh, you're lying.
Oh boy. You back? Nope.
What the fuck?
Am I the only one? Can anyone else hear him?
Not crazy, right? I'm
nope,
looking.
I'm messing with my volume. I don't hear you.
It shows that I'm talking.
Oh, hang on. Holy crap. Speak.
Hi.
Oh my God. I think I freaking muted you. I think I muted my.
I hate you so much. I was like, hey, can I plug myself really quick? I want to tell them about something I'm doing later because you have all these awesome people in the chat, and you're like, are you talking right now? And I'm like,
well, did you really?
Am I not allowed to? Like, holy shit, I'm sorry.
Is that really what happened?
Yes. I was like, is it okay if I plug myself really quick?
Plug. I had to now I think when I was typing, I hit because I've got mute buttons on my keyboard.
Friggin' boomer. I hit
the mute button.
Man, I thought we were having like a little bit of hostility. It's like, you don't come on my channel and say anything about your show. I'm like, I'm fucking sorry, man.
No, absolutely. Plug away.
And then I changed my audio input, and when I changed my audio input, it just dropped me out of the stream. Like,
yeah.
Oddly enough, I don't know why. Anyways, a little later tonight here, in probably like half an hour to like an hour, I'm gonna do a little Christmas special on my channel where everybody's welcome to come in. It's gonna be a total. I used to do the Hangar Bay where like everybody was welcome to pop on and talk. So I'm probably gonna do something like that. We'll recap 2023. Yada yada yada. Okay, I'm done.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, Caleb. Okay.
And
next time I come on, I'm gonna keep my lips sealed. Okay.
Nope. I'm sorry. And there's the link.
I'm so sorry.
that was wow, what a great comedy of errors right there.
I love it. I'm gonna clip that and just say that you bullied me. Now I'm getting bullied by small content creators and large content creators. Like what? I don't know what to do. I can't make anyone happy.
You started 2023 out with being bullied by Ryan Kennel, and now you're being bullied by me.
I got bullied by Ryan. I got bullied by Drunk 3PO. Now I'm getting bullied by King's Advisors.
So last couple questions. Favorite squad mate?
Bro, that's tough. No, it's not. Garrus is always going to be my favorite. Garrus is always going to be. Yep. Gare Bear is like
Archangel.
Yeah, Gare Bear is he's been there through thick and thin. I always liked. What's that?
He's just busy calibrating.
Yeah, he's always busy calibrating. He's always calibrating something, and he's a gnarly sniper, which is just always nice to have when you're like, oh damn, I'm down on health, shields are gone, and you like pop your head over, and a Reaper's head just explodes, and you just see smoke coming off of Garrus's barrel, and you're like, yeah, I knew I brought you along for a reason.
He is. If he's on my squad, on my team, he's on my squad.
Yeah,
there's several times in the in the suicide mission in number 2 where he's one of the prime people to lead one of the other things, and I always send the other guy because he's always with me.
Yeah, I've always had, for some reason, like a massive love for the Turians. I I don't know why. Maybe it's innately because the first contact war, like the first mother effers we find, we butt heads and kill the crap out of each other. And then when we're done, we're like, all right, we're tight now. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, I love them. I love the Turians. They're practical. They're hard-headed. They're good fighters. They're intelligent. I just love them.
Least favorite?
Edie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oddly enough. Well, hold on. Which game?
We can go game by game. So least favorite in
Can you pull them up in like pictures so we can
yes.
so everybody can dude, no, Javik was pretty fucking dope too.
Ooh.
He had that
Javik.
He had that face melter rifle.
Javik.
Yeah.
So
let's do a Mass Effect 1 crew look. I'll look for Mass Effect 2.
So actually, you can look for 3 because here's 1 and 2. So we're going to open it in a new tab. Oh my gosh, this is so. Come on now. There we go.
Look at this. They got the whole kit and caboodle on this one. Okay, hold on.
We're gonna,
I think you found the one I was talking about.
Is very zoomed in.
You know what? That was one big piece of beef I did have with that game is that you couldn't.
Wait, this is 3. Okay, we still need 1. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, 2. See.
There we go. Open
it. Got it.
Tab. Yep.
I've got a blown up 3 pulled up, so we'll be ready for that one.
Excellent. Ashley Williams, Kay Nolenko, Liara Tassoni, Erdnot Rex, Garrus Vakarian, and Talizora Narrea.
Yeah, so I think I ran Garrus and either Liara or Rex most of the time. I never ran Caden. I didn't run Tally. I think I ran Ashley a couple times because it's just nice to watch her butt as she was like, you know, running forward. But
yeah, so Ashley and Garrus were my go-to.
Okay.
Why
not Rex, man? That guy was dangerous.
Just I don't know.
Clan Erdnot.
Call me a xenophobe. I wasn't a fan of the of the Krogans.
You were okay. All right. Yeah. Definite xenophobe. You were Empire.
Well,
I mean, Rex wasn't easy to love. Rex was not easy to love.
That's a good point too.
He was a dick.
Well, he starts out as being like he's a bad guy at the very beginning. He's you know, he's kind of being you're kind of chasing him a little bit.
Yeah, hard to love, but invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
So, who is of these 6? Who's your least favorite?
Oh, that's right. That's where we were looking at least favorite. It would have probably been Tali, I think.
So, you know, Tali is actually probably one of the most popular.
That's funny, really.
Yeah, she is constantly rated as one of the top squad members. But it's funny because I'm not a big fan of her either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't think she's particularly unlikable. I think she's kind of cool. She's got like that weird kind of Middle Eastern vibe to her or something, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't, I don't know. Like Garrus is so much more badass. And like Rex is an absolute fucking wrecking ball. Like if I'm going down, I'm going down with those two. At least Ashley Williams is like hot. You know what I mean? What is something?
Actually, I'll tell you, Liara might actually be my least favorite. I'm not sure I ever used Liara.
See, I used Liara later on. I didn't in the first one, but I used Liara later.
Okay. So this is number 2.
This had the most expansive spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked using Legion.
Oh, let's see if I can get the names. Okay, we got Zaid right here. Legion, Samara, Tally, Morden, Garrus, Miranda, Grunt, Jacob.
I don't remember his name.
Thane,
Kit Fisto, man.
Thane. Kit Fisto.
Isn't he though?
Zach and Kazumi, I think is her name.
I legitimately think I either don't remember them at all or I never saw the two characters on the far right. I have no recollection of the tattoo chick.
You have to, she's an actual mission.
I don't remember that at all.
Like, she's the biotic chick that is like crazy.
Yeah. I did use Liara later. Yes, I did.
So the other one is
Thane was dope though. He looked like Kit Fisto. I liked him.
Yeah, Kasumi Goto.
Dude, no
is
memory.
the chick on the right.
Yeah, no memory. I remember using Legion, Morden, Garrus, Grunt, and Thane. I don't think I even used Jacob in the second one.
No. The only time I use him is when you have to. So there's 2 times you have to use him at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And on his loyalty mission.
Yeah.
So those are the only times I used most of these characters is on their loyalty missions.
Yeah.
What's up, Takara?
By the way, if there's anybody that hasn't already, please hit that thumbs up button. Help this guy, get him shared out. Is this your first live stream using your camera ever?
On this channel, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm so used to seeing you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just used to it. But that's awesome. Throw that thumbs up, smash that bitch hard, no lube, smack that thumbs up, share the stream out. Just give some love to this homie. This is like one of my absolute best friends in my community. I'm excited to see you grow, bro. I'm excited to see you grow.
So that was just so mean. He's the big YouTuber that bullies me.
What a dick. 7 away from 500. Why don't you subscribe and just get him to 500 on this stream? How about on this stream we get him?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, let's do that.
So of all these, I think Kasumi is my least favorite. I don't really see her point. Her main point is to create the what was it? Who's that gangster that has like all the information?
Are you talking about the blue chick?
No. So Liara ends up like taking over the role, but Katsumi, the shadow broker. So Katsumi introduces the shadow broker to you.
Yeah.
Liara,
that was like the Talon card of yeah.
So
Arya, she's the one that's in the nightclub all the time in 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's
a lot of fun. Arya was a lot of fun.
She was a bitch. You liked it.
But she was kind of fun.
You're like, oh, I like it when she talks to me like that. All right, let's go to 3.
And so 3.
I think I have to rescind my statement. So I think I used Garrus and James all the way up until Javik came in. But I would use Liara on like super heavy combat missions. Like I took Liara. No, that's not true. I took Javik back to Earth because that was the punch back at the Reapers, and I wanted Javik to have a shot at going back at the Reapers.
Absolutely.
But a lot of the Cerberus missions, I use Liara because she can just punch those at, especially the shield Cerberus, like the shield ones. Oh God, they piss me off.
I'm a really good shot in video games, so I just
you hit him in the peephole.
Straight through the people, straight through the mail slot. Yep,
that's awesome.
I've got my controller right here. Basically, what I do is I just sit there and I go, boop, 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 boop.
Oh man,
dead.
No, I had gotten to the point where I bought the Spectre LMG. You know the one I'm talking about that had the shields on it, and like you just hold the trigger and like you're done. It's anything in front of you is fucking vaporized. So I'd be like, Liara, use your pretty purple ball, and it would suck everybody into the ball, and then just and then there would be like a pile of meat there afterwards. And they had that one pistol where you could shoot people. It was almost like a needler, but it was one shot and it would go off like a grenade.
Yes.
You remember
It
that
was,
one?
it was a sorry weapon.
Yeah. It was a Justicar weapon, if I remember. It was like a Justicar pistol. And yeah, you just shoot them. And then my favorite thing in the world was the blood fireworks. After you shot a Cerberus guy, he'd be like, "Let's get out of," and just pink mist. And I'm like, "Oh, I like this gun."
So I used the if you remember in the second Mass Effect, when you are on the old, I think you're on a collector ship.
At the end of the game?
Not at the very end, but near the end. You end up on a collector ship, and you go through a bunch of stuff, and you get an option to pick up one of 3 weapons. The rifle, the machine gun, that's the one I always picked up, and it's the one I always use in the third one as well, because it's so powerful. It's got like an 80 round mag. It's got what was your opinion about going from energy weapons to magazines? So in the first one, you just had to wait for everything to cool down. There was you couldn't run out of ammo in the first one. I ran out of ammo a lot.
I don't mind the switch. Just because, so even the bullet guns in 3 are still considered like they're bullet energy. So when you down a Reaper and you go, like, you see the magazine there, it's still a thermal clip technically, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're picking up your bullets. The one thing I always tried to do, especially in 3, was like upgrade and or find the stuff to upgrade the thermal clip to the max right off the bat, because the more bullets you can put out, the better. Always get fire superiority. So I had the AR magazine upgrade 7 or whatever the highest one you could get.
Yep.
And then I used the LMG, and I had like 300 rounds in my
magazine.
magazine.
If you on your second playthrough, now I don't know if this is the same thing in the Legendary Edition. There's some stuff they kind of messed up when they
did they nerf stuff,
ported them all together. But in the original playthrough of Mass Effect 3, on your second playthrough, you actually got better upgrades. There were levels 8, 9, and 10 of those upgrades. So that big old machine gun could end up holding, I think, 110 rounds.
Well, yeah, I think crud, I'm trying to remember right now. I think my ending magazine when I got done with 3 was like 250.
Oh,
yeah.
We're thinking of 2 different weapons.
This one is it's a LMG that has 2 metal shields coming out of the outside of it, and it goes dot 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 dot. It was kind of like the Warthog machine gun. You remember where like the first 6 rounds come out kind of slow, and then it goes full tilt. It was I think it was the Spectre LMG. I'm trying to remember. No, not the Red Assault Rifle. This was a full-blown LMG. And then the other one, ooh, oh my God.
Bless you.
Excuse me. The other one that I loved was Javik's rifle, which was the beam weapon. That I had it upgraded to the point where I had it upgraded to the point where basically like you could hold the trigger down and it just never ran out of energy.
Yeah.
And you could just you just like walked around the map like a Death Star laser. Just it was like Rick and Morty, just cutting everything in half as you walk through.
So I think you're thinking of the Guest Spitfire.
No, it wasn't the Guest Spitfire, because the Guest Spitfire was a like once in a while pickup. You couldn't retain the Guest Spitfire.
So this was a actual.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look
you
up.
You could just walk out with
Spectre LMG Mass Effect. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. Spectre machine gun. Mass Effect 3. Maybe that'll be better. I don't even see this thing listed anywhere. It's like, so when you go to the Citadel, when you go to the Citadel, it's listed there at the beginning of the game, but it is an it's an inordinate amount of money it costs to like buy the thing.
So I'm actually looking through the Andromeda weapons because part of me is like, oh, he's talking about Andromeda weapon.
No, it's not. Here it is. The N7 Typhoon. It's called the N7 Typhoon.
Oh, this thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Remember that freaking thing? Yeah. So I had that up to like 250 rounds, and you could just hold the trigger, and it was taking like 8 rounds to kill a person at the time.
Yeah. So this thing.
Yes, that's the one.
So the reason I never carry it is because it weighs so much. And so
see, I didn't care because I never used biotic stuff.
Yeah, but I like to run in the game, not real life.
So I never I never noticed a difference in movement. The only thing the only thing that I saw was that it affects your ability recharge.
Yeah, so ability recharge and reload time in general.
But I had the fast hands with it too. So it took like I had the super extended magazine and then a really fast reload. So that thing was just like, I mean, it was death on.
Oh yeah, it's 150,000 credits.
Yeah, it was super expensive, and you better believe the first time I saw that, it was like freaking. I was looking at an MG42. I'm like, oh, the Highland gets sein kleines Blumenlein. That's incredible.
You know, the Browning was a pretty good gun, dude.
Yeah, the bar was savage, but it didn't have anything against the MG42, man. There's nothing scarier than an MG42. Even in today's standards, like, there's nothing scarier.
The Browning. Not the BAR.
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about the 30 cal Browning.
Yeah, the Browning.
The 30 cal, yeah.
Yeah, 50 cal.
Sorry, we're getting off topic. Caleb and I can go for the next hour on this, by the way. This is like our common ground. We'll talk World War II until we're dead.
Oh, Takara, yes. I used to play Generation Zero on
I never played that.
On here. It's so good. Yeah, and I'd have like 40 pounds over what you can carry, and I would just be going, oh.
I was like Skyrim for me, dude. I'm always over encumbered in Bethesda games. I'm 24/7 over encumbered, so I keep those potions stacked.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the potions.
Yeah, the Lightfoot potion.
I think we are winding down here now.
Good. I have to write the freaking bio for the stream and get it out there before everybody falls asleep tonight.
So real quick, the weapon that I was talking about is the let's see, assault rifles, the M76 Revenant.
Yeah, the Revenant.
Yep,
I remember.
Where'd she go? Where's her picture? There she is.
The Red
beautiful thing.
Yeah, the Red Death.
I always had the lightweight and extra ammo on her. Choose through those mofos.
See, I never chose the lightweight materials because all it did was, I mean, it changed. So far as I know, apparently it affected reload time, but there was never a stat when you were selecting the stuff for your guns that said reload time reduction 50%.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw that. The only thing I saw was
abilities.
Yeah, ability recharge.
Like one of those abilities is your grenade launcher. And that thing's important.
I never used that. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Not the grenade launcher. It's the click RB and they poof directly on the human. The ability burst shot or whatever it was called.
Not the grenade, not the little disc throw thing. Not that.
No, it's called
actual grenade launcher.
Oh, okay.
You've used it. You definitely.
So I had grenades, and then there was burst shot that usually I had for Garrus because that could take like 25% off of an Atlas immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about the Atlas.
Those things were bitches, man. Well, gosh dang, this was fun.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude.
Yeah.
We'll do this again about anything else under the sun.
I think we need it'd be a really good one would be a brother stream on my channel with you and Phil doing a Lord of the Rings talk.
I really want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I miss Phil. We haven't had him on in way too long. The brothers discuss is sorely missed in my life. I don't know if my subscribers miss it, but I miss it.
No, I can tell you I miss it.
Yeah. Those are good.
Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes and the subscriptions. Really appreciate it. I love doing this. And as always,
thanks everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.